So hello everyone, we are Team Snack Overflow, and you can see here we have built an autonomous AI project and payment intermediary. Now I have already signed it, so we can continue seeing this. And here we have included a feature called escrow ledger, which is an ledger which will keep all the funds to like deposit or to transfer to the freelancer automatically through our system, and which is highly secure. So what we have done here is we have used a ledger hashing, which will use an SHA-250 and which is highly secure. So what we have done here is we have used a ledger hashing, which will use an SHA-256 algorithm to make the system like a blockchain, similar to a blockchain system. And then we have also used a HVAC transaction signature. So every financial operation is verified with a secret key signature. And so after you can create a project as a client. So here I have a basic coding template I have already here. Here you have a problem statement and you can set a budget here. Like for example, we can put it 200. All right, let's create the through our AI. So as you can see, after you have clicked the decompose, if the to clarify itself, it has asked some question we have generated through AI, so that the problem statement can be clarified more for itself to be understood and for the freelancer to be understood more. So you could answer this and then continue, or you can skip and decompose anyway. So when we click this, so when you click this, it will bring us to this option in which we can decompose our problem statements into milestones, which are created automatically through the AI. So when you click this, it will bring us to this option in which we can decompose our problem statements into milestones, which are created automatically through the AI. So as you can see here, it has created 5 milestones and it has classified them into types like design and implementation and what all things it should be which should be present for it to be accepted and how many days would it take. As here in this problem statement, it wasn't specified like how many days would it take, so it took accordingly for how much time it would take to build it. So as you can see here, we have classified it into mixed code, and code. Then we also have an option for content, but here we are going with code. Then you can put the budget or change the budget here, and then you can publish this. Now the proposal is published. Now we can log in with the freelancer ID. As you can see, the proposal which you made has come here. Now, as a freelancer, you can send a proposal to the client, like what you do, what is your skills. For now, I'm just putting a dummy proposal for me, and then you can bid like I want to bid for 190. Okay, and for example, 63 days is fine with me. So I can set a proposal with that. And now the proposal has been set. Let's see the client side. Now we can check for new proposals. As you can see, the freelancer proposal has arrived in the client side. Now we can accept it or decline. Let's accept it. As you can see, the milestones has been assigned. And after we go to the freelancer side, we can see in the active projects that it will be coming here. As you can see, this project that we just took has been came to the escrow ledger. That the funds have been logged as $190 as we selected. So what we can do is, if we are developing, is the freelancer is developing for frontend, he can just activate the milestone. And then after he has completed his work, then he can submit this work. For now, we will just see the code thing. So whatever you have done, you could write here. And you can put the GitHub link here for the public repo so that it could copy and check it through our system pipeline. So here I have pasted a dummy, like you could say, a complete GitHub profile repository, which you could see is present here. It has backend, runtime, Docker, everything. So we can submit this code for verification. So as you can see, for this pipeline, we have developed a full code quality process. So first of all, what it does is it does a static code analysis, which is like an AST parsing. So it like extracts some metrics like how many functions. So here I have pasted a dummy, like you could say, a complete GitHub profile repository, which you could see is present here. It has backend, runtime, Docker, everything. So we can submit this code for verification. So as you can see, for this pipeline, we have developed a full code quality process. So first of all, what it does is it does a static code analysis, which is like an AST parsing. So it like extracts some metrics like how many functions are there, what are the number of classes, and the complexity of the code. Then it creates a Docker sandbox environment and then runs the code so that we could check that if it is actually running or not for anything. Then we pass the code through a SonarQube quality gate, in which we could see the bugs, the vulnerabilities, the code smells and coverage, and the technical depth for the whole code. Then finally, we send the code to the LLM semantic things, so it could do the code review. And after that, a score is completed. A score is shown. Like for here, it is 38, and the submission result is refund initiated because the project which we gave is not correlated with the client description which we wanted. Like it has many security issues, but as we can see here, it does not match the README, and the project searcher doesn't have anything nearly similar to what the client wanted. Okay. So similarly, we have done other things for the content and the design reviews. For the content, we have done the structure analysis, the originality detection, the grammar detection, what are the keyword coverage, and then finally the readability and the LLM coverage. And then it gives a final CMS. And according to your performance for clients and everything, you will get a PFI score for your performance, which is in the range of 300,000. So if you do a good work, then your PFI score will go up. And if you do a not so good job or not that great, so you would get a lower PFI score. And a higher PFI score would give you more opportunities for the job. Thank you very much. More descriptions are present in README for detailed analysis. Thank you.